There may be times in your journey with EDS or hypermobility when all hope feels lost due to severe or ongoing pain. Maybe that's where you are right now. You're not alone. Many of our patients experience cycles of pain flares that can last anywhere from a few days to several months. We want you to know that even when you're in a tough spot, there are ways to move forward. Let's break down some practical steps to help you navigate an EDS pain flare, even a long-term one. Step 1 is to rule out common medical contributors. So before anything else, it's important to check out other medical conditions that can amplify your pain and destabilize your nervous system. Some of the more common ones associated with EDS or hypermobility include mast cell activation syndrome, known as MCAS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, known as POTS, tethered cord syndrome, Chiari malformations, and craniocervical instability. Now, this is beyond the scope of this video to go into a deep dive of each of those, but even a quick Google search can definitely be worth it just to make sure that those aren't going on as well, which sometimes are roadblocks to making progress, like in things like physical therapy. These conditions can significantly contribute to pain and should be evaluated by a knowledgeable provider. Step 2 is to reflect on the last 48 to 72 hours. If this is a new or worsening flare, think about what's happened recently. Did you try a new exercise? Have you traveled more than usual? Has stress increased at work or at home? Have you had trouble sleeping? Have you encountered environmental triggers such as food, sounds, or smells? Keep a neutral, judgment-free journal, something like an unusual responses journal, as we like to call it, to track what might be affecting you. This helps to identify patterns and empowers you and your providers to make informed changes. Step 3 is to talk to your PT before stopping exercise. If you've been exercising consistently and then hit a pain flare, don't disappear from physical therapy. Many people stop moving out of fear or because they don't want to bother their therapist. We want to be clear, you are never a bother. It's often possible to adjust your plan without halting your progress entirely. And I do want to say that going silent usually leads to this boom or bust cycle where you're feeling a little better, so you go really hard and then you get into a further flare. And so it's better just to send a quick message to your PT so you can adapt wisely. Step 4 is to build a multimodal pain management toolkit. And let's break down what that means. Long-term physical therapy helps with joint stability and function, but sometimes short-term pain needs a little bit more help. Here are some tools that can help. Prescribe pain medications as tolerated. Short-term appropriate use of pain medications can break the cycle of pain and distress. Low-dose Naltrexone, LDN. Emerging evidence shows that LDN may reduce chronic pain and inflammation. Better sleep quality. Techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, known as CBT-I, modular pillows, and calming nighttime routines can be game changers. Slow breathing practices. Diaphragmatic breathing can calm the nervous system and help with pain and sleep. What this means is to breathe in and out, in through your nose and out through your mouth and down into the belly, doing your best to consciously check in with your neck and make sure that you're not holding tension up there, and intentionally breathing down into your abdomen. Gentle movement, things like pelvic tilts or cat-camel exercises to support the body without overloading it. This is not the time for hardcore Pilates or a really intense, high-intensity interval training. You're not going to get better during the middle of a pain flare by introducing intense exercise. Vagus nerve stimulation can include things like humming, singing, or massaging around the ears. It can shift the body into a parasympathetic or a restful state. Nervous system soothing. Visualizing loved ones or happy memories can help activate healing brain states. Laughter and uplifting videos. Distraction in a healthy way helps reduce the brain's focus on pain. So these can include things like happy cat animal videos or very lighthearted comedies. Grounding techniques. Try naming colors, counting, tapping, or doing some box breathing. Transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, known as TENS units. Electrical stimulation can temporarily override pain signals, but should be evaluated and prescribed by a physical therapist or another healthcare provider. Acupuncture or dry needling may reduce pain and support nervous system regulation. Gentle massage, relaxation-based techniques. You really want to avoid deep tissue work because this can sometimes further destabilize joints. But light, gentle massage can ease pain without stressing the joints themselves. Compression garments or taping. Research supports their role in improving pain, balance, and proprioception, or your awareness of where your joints are in space, which can lead to decreased pain itself. Grounding, known as earthing, while it's less studied, some early research suggests reduce pain and improve sleep when you do things such as using a grounding pad or mat or sheet, or grounding your feet directly into the ground without socks or shoes on. Now, when it's possible, we really want to avoid or reduce exposure to signals of danger, things that cause undue stress, such as overscheduling yourself, traveling long distances, or booking multiple appointments in one day. One thing about mental traps is we really want to try not to get stuck in the spiral of guilt or regret. If only I hadn't done that. If only I'd done this instead. I've experienced this myself as someone that's had some significant chronic issues, including a brain injury that I went through. Shame and self-blame only fuel nervous system distress. Instead, focus on what you can do, small steps that give you back some control. Our last thought for this video is you are not too far gone. Take the first step. Reach out and schedule that appointment you've been putting off. If you've made it this far and you found that this video has given you value, please take a moment and just give the video a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel and it will help this video to reach other people just like you going through the same thing. If you're having a hard time finding a physical therapist that specializes in hypermobility and chronic pain, be sure to check out our website at Healthy Consumer PT, where we offer virtual consults even if you aren't in the local area. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video.